People are being financially irresponsible and we need to cringe at it. Hello, you gorgeous donuts. From personal experience, in the past I haven't managed my finances that well, and one thing that always makes me feel better about my own financial situation toxically is looking at people that possibly are in even more dire straits to me. I know that's a toxic way to go about it, but it just helps me get a bit of perspective on my own situation. When I was behind on rent, I used to do this often, like watch people who were in more debt than me, and for some reason it just made me think a little bit better about my own situation. So hopefully anybody that is going through anything like that at the minute, this video might make you feel better. We're going to be looking at a show called Financial Audit, which is hosted by Caleb Hammer on his YouTube channel. We've looked at this guy before. For the people that haven't seen this video, basically he gets people on their show that have no options left. Basically they're in dire straits, they're in so much debt, and they need him, who is a financial advisor, to go through all of their bank statements and just help them out, just see where they're going wrong so they can get out of debt. This show gets millions of views because Caleb is very honest and upfront with his opinions, and the people that come on the show have the worst spending habits imaginable, which means that every single time we cringe at something on this show, we're going to take a drink of this straight whiskey, and you can see how much is in there. I'm going to get through all of this by the end of this episode, and I will be on the floor. So enjoy that. Let's go in.
Didn't tell Oscar the full price of the Shakira tickets.
You lied about the price?
I really wanted to go see her, and I wanted floor tickets.
I had a great time at the show, but how much was it?
It was $4,500.
What the fuck? That's
I got
way
sold
That's
more.
insane.
That's way more than what we had.
Why does that sound like Darth Vader there? £4,500 for Shakira tickets when you're in debt for Shakira. You know, and nothing against Shakira. I mean, hips don't lie's a banger, right? Unbelievable. But $4,500 just so you can be on the floor? Even if I was a millionaire, I don't think I'd spend that. I don't think there's any artist that I would spend £4,500 for, especially if I don't get to meet them. Even then, I'm not that arsed about meeting the artist who I'm going to see, unless it was like someone really, really cool. It's the fact that like the husband didn't know either. Like, how do you not know that £4,500 has left your, I imagine, joint account? How do you just not see that? I do understand, you know, even when you're in debt, like when I've been in debt, you still want to, you know, have times to, you know, burn off some steam, especially because you're in such a high pressure environment in your own like mind with trying to pay off this debt. Sometimes you need just a little bit of a release, but I can't see the vision of paying £4,500 to get more in debt to make you feel better about your current situation. I mean, £100, but £4,500, I can't get over it. Someone said at that moment I would break up. Zero trust. I do feel like this is a breakable offense in my kind of universe as well. Like if your partner spent £4,500 of your joint money on something and you didn't realize the price of it, I feel like that is a lack of kind of respect both ways. Surely you need to clear that with the both of you if it's both of your money, just because of it being so much money. If me and Chloe had a joint account and I'd spent like, I don't know, 50 quid out of it, I feel like I would feel a bit bad. Like, I can't believe the price of that. That's almost the deposit of a flat in Newcastle, that money.
You're door dashing to your car while you're door dashing.
Right. We kind of have to eat.
So you order
was out all
DoorDash to
day.
your car while you're parked in a parking lot waiting for a DoorDash?
Oh yeah, that's
No, you did
real
not.
life. Yeah.
Sorry. Just getting a bit confused with the whole, like, I feel like I'm in an Interstellar movie here. The amount of layers. So he's a DoorDash. So basically he works for like Deliveroo in the UK. But when he's working as a Deliveroo driver or a DoorDash driver, he's getting other DoorDash drivers to deliver his food. Why don't you just pick something up when you go to a restaurant? You know, when you're picking up like someone's McDonald's, why don't you get your own food while you're there? And then you can save the delivery fee of your food, you know? Especially since you're in debt, that's just like little things that can help. To be fair, he's kind of like paying back into the business, I guess. Supporting the business, which obviously isn't his, he's an employee of. Just really loves DoorDash. You know, cut him open, he bleeds DoorDash.
You did not DoorDash to a parked car.
Sometimes, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do when you're door
That is
dashing.
not what you gotta do. You're in a car. You're near the restaurants.
Yeah, but if sometimes you're too lazy to get out of the car and you get another order.
What do you think a drive-through is?
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's nothing that could justify this if you're in debt. Even if you're not in debt, just, like, I don't understand. Like, if you're saying you're being lazy, but why don't you just wait until you get another order and that you're going in the place anyway? Because obviously if you're ordering from DoorDash, you're gonna probably have to, like, halt all of your own deliveries for, like, half an hour to wait for your delivery to come to your car. So you're losing out on money here.
That is a much longer wait than you're already in the car near the restaurant waiting for an order.
Right. So then you can play around on your phone and do other things.
Whoa!
Play around on your phone? For some reason, I thought he was going to say play around with something else there. Yeah, you can just have a wank while you... Just waiting for me, boneless banquet to come from KFC. There's one thing that's not boneless. There's one extra bone in this box, is there?
You're trying to pay the bills for your 2 kids, one being a 10-month-old. Which, by the way, a single DoorDash to your own car, you have to work, what, an hour and a half to even make that back?
Just about almost 2 hours sometimes on a low day. On the weekend, it's
You're
more.
just fully admitting this and fully accepting this, dude. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
I used to hate thinking about money in that sort of way when I used to deliver for a pizza shop. I used to hate thinking like, oh, so I'm basically getting paid this. So if I go into a shop and buy like, I don't know, like a Lucasade and a sandwich, that's basically like an hour. I used to have to like stop myself from thinking that way. It just used to make me feel weird.
92,000 hours on in-game skins?
Yeah, the best part is I don't have any of them anymore.
Did you sell them?
No, I got banned.
I need to sit down. You know what? First, right, cheers. Right, there we go. Right, it's 4 p.m. somewhere. 92,000. Right. First off, I'm saying, why didn't you just go triple figures to the big 100? You're already basically there. Anyway, besides the point. 92,000 on in-game skins. For what reason? They don't even change anything. It's just aesthetic things. Just the skins. 92,000. And then you can't even sell them. You can't sell the account because you got banned. Are we okay? I want to know like how he managed to get a 92,000, because surely, this has got to be a bit of an addiction at this point. This kind of just be by choice anymore. This is just totally out of control. I wonder what his partner thinks about this, because I don't know how I would react if like my partner was obsessed with like Fortnite and one day they're getting John Wick, the next day they're getting the Sabrina Carpenter skin, then Spider. Eventually it's got to stop, right? It's got to be similar to gambling, because it's like every single time you get a new skin, it's like a quick dopamine hit and then it wears off, so you've got to get a new one. It's very much the essence of gambling here. That's so sad. Genuinely, like, I know it's easy to clown on, but it's just so sad that people get themselves into this kind of situation.
This is $15,300 painting from YouTuber.
I had a little impulse purchase. A YouTuber that I love.
Who?
Baumgartner's Restoration.
Okay, I imagine this YouTube guy. Amazing, right? Amazing art. Okay, I'm not disputing that. But £15,000 as a little impulse purchase? £15,000? Yeah, I'll just Apple Pay it. Yeah, just choo-choo. There we go, Face ID, we're in. How big is the impulse? That's not a pulse, that's a full-blown horse.
He restored a painting. He sold it on eBay, and all money goes to Doctors Without Borders.
Dude, you're literally begging for charity. For $15,300?
Yes. And the painting's worth about $6,000 to $8,000, but I can claim a deduction on my taxes.
Oh, okay, so it must be some sort of business purchase where she can kind of hang it in her office and then she gets to deduct the taxes from it and it goes to charity, some of the money that she's paid. So I can understand, from her thought process why this is good. But also, she's on this show because she's in debt. So I don't know if it is the best thing to purchase something that expensive, especially as it doesn't add to, your business's overall revenue. It's nice and it's a nice thing to do, but it's possibly not the best thing to do in your situation. Like, one of my impulse purchases was getting branded moisturizing cream for my face. I wanted the Nivea sensitive one because I've got sensitive skin, and I've always just got the off-branded one, and the Nivea one is literally like it might be like £1.80 or something more than the one I originally get. And I was sitting there, and I mean for like possibly 2 hours just going back and forth like, should I get it? And I was like, I'll get it. That's me being impulsive. I can't imagine spending this amount of, oh my lord. You've got to be rich, surely, or been rich in the past to have such an expensive habit.
Nearly 100,000 hours of debt. Do you have any trips coming up?
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
How much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go. The specific was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
All right. Thank you very much, love. £8,000 on a Disney cruise? Obviously, being in £100,000 of debt, I don't know if that's student debt. I know student debt works a lot different in America than what it does in the UK. It just comes off your salary in the UK when you earn over a certain amount. But I think it's a lot different in America, isn't it? It's kind of wilder. I think the repayments are a lot more harsher. So the way that she's spending £8,000 when she's already that much in debt is pretty mad. But it is definitely a cycle that people get lost in. I don't know whether, £8,000, but, on a lesser level. But you still need to enjoy your life. And it's like, how do you strike the balance right of repaying off your debt, but also making sure that you're not just living to repay your debt, you're actually like living as well. But you definitely can go on cheaper cruises. You don't need to go on an £8,000 cruise. Most people in their lives, 99.9% of people, will never ever spend that on a holiday ever.
Oh my, that is a month of your income, lady. You said you want to pay off debt so that you can get married. That is what you opened this conversation with. You, that is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is both.
Why ruin their childhood because of my like bad
Okay,
choices,
I never
you
went
know?
on a Disney cruise. My childhood wasn't ruined.
Yeah, that is so true. I've never been to Disneyland, and I don't think that's the reason my childhood, was the way it was. Some kids never go on holiday in their childhood. Some kids never leave the country, and they still grow up to be okay. You don't need to take your children on this, and also if you constantly take your children on like really expensive holidays, that is going to be their bare minimum. So you might think that you're treating them, but in reality, you're kind of just spoiling them, because if they go on a holiday that is half the price of that, they're going to think it's utterly because of the luxuries they're used to. So arguably, it's actually better to take your children on just like a cheaper holiday. So then they appreciate going on a holiday like this, once in a lifetime holiday like this. I do find people's financial situations interesting, because it said there that £8,000 is like how much she gets paid in a month, and it's wild that somebody can be paid that amount of money and still be in debt. And it's the age-old thing of when people get paid more money, their like outgoings also rise because their standard of living rises. So if she was earning £2,000 a month, I imagine her luxuries would be a lot lower. But because she's earned more and more, the luxuries have got more and more. She might get a better car, a better house. Like obviously that's more money on top. So in reality, she's not actually any better off than what she was getting paid less. It's just very interesting, and you see it time and time again.
She's paid for Fortnite!
I wanted the Sabrina Carpenter skin. She sings and she dances and everything.
I might go into debt for Sabrina Carpenter. I get it. It's the first one I'll accept.
To be fair, right, I know I kind of clowned on the guy, obviously being £92,000 in debt for skins. Going into debt to get a Sabrina Carpenter skin, I'm kind of all for that as well. Right, I can understand where you're going with this, love. Right, that would make me feel better. What? If I can rock up in a Fortnite lobby dressed as Sabrina Carpenter, you're saying that's not good for my mental health? Wrong. That's amazing for my mental health. You know what? If I get a few kills wearing Sabrina Carpenter skin, sounds kind of creepy if I take it out of context of Fortnite. Not in real life. Just want to make that sure. I don't even think you were thinking that. Now I'm in a hole.
Flew out to LA to get my hair done.
What the are you talking about? No one can do hair in Houston.
Not really.
Okay, that's bullshit.
Her guy that she's seen forever moved to LA.
To get connections, just ask people. Listen, you have Nextdoor written all over you. Ask people on that app what their favorite hairdo person is.
Okay, it was like I was in a wedding, so I really wanted to go out and see him and have him do my hair. So I flew out and saw him.
That's an expensive hair.
Yeah, it was like $700 with tip.
Plus the travel.
Well, no, the travel.
All of it was free.
Yeah, I just hopped on a flight.
You flew there and back in the same day.
And then I flew home.
No food?
No. Some coffee.
Even still, that's expensive haircut.
It was color too, I think.
Yeah.
Again, you have to always remember that everyone on this show is, heavily in debt, and this is their last chance of saving their finances normally. She flew. She got a plane to just get her hair done. That is commitment. It's commitment, but it's also cringe, right? There we go. Right, I understand, getting your hair done as a girl might be different to getting it done as a guy. Okay, but I can't imagine ever, and I love, me and my barber are good friends, but if he moved, what is the flight time? Let me check this. Oh my god, okay, so if he moved 3 hours and 15 minutes away by plane, I'm not going to go to him anymore, okay? I'm going to have to find someone else. If you think I'm paying £700 for that service, I'm good. Especially when it's just going to get messed up again in like a month or a few weeks' time. It's not worth it. Maybe if you have like loads of disposable income and, you can spend this money, and it's totally fine for you to spend this money without it depleting your bank account too much. And this is what you want to do, and this makes you happy, go for it. But if you're in the middle of trying to pay off debt and you're going to lose your house or whatever, don't do this. Just do someone that's next door.
$250 a week on Dunkin'?
Probably.
So $250 a fucking week on Dunkin'? Doing what?
$250 a week at Dunkin' Donuts. That's not cringe, but I'm going to drink to it because I'm happy. That's a true donut right there. £250 a week. Yous are slacking. I want every single person watching this video to go to Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme right now. Spend 250 quid. I don't care if it puts you in debt. I want to see your commitment to the cause. God, that whiskey is strong. Surely you've got a black card at that point. 250 quid a week? Like, do you like donuts that much? I mean, I do.
It's like $20 each time.
What?
Like coffee and donuts.
How often? Every day you're getting donuts every fucking day?
Yeah, that is kind of mad. I feel like I'm mimicking his squeaky voice during this video as well. Every day? Like, you can't just avoid it one day? Like, every day? Could you not just drive past just one day? Again, this has got to be some sort of like... Is it kind of like when you're in a toxic relationship and you kind of can't stop going because you're so used to that being your thing? Like, you just can't drive past Dunkin' Donuts without getting a coffee and a donut? Also, $20 for just one donut and a coffee. That's too expensive anyway. It's far too expensive. They're ripping your eyes out. Just come and watch this YouTube channel, right? Then you get loads of donuts for free, love. Honestly, much better investment.
If you're investing your strong income throughout your 20s in the S&P 500, all up years, all down years combined gets you 10%.
Okay, but
it says you're going to crash and burn and die in poverty, and this girlfriend has no idea what she is.
Where's the story in that, though? Just sitting there, your safe 10% return, working your cute office job. I mean, it's more scary.
The ability to retire, the ability to live a good life.
That's like the whole boomer mentality. You hold up, save up your money, let it get hit by inflation, squirrel it away.
By inflation. Inflation's not 10%.
Sorry, I don't know what this guy is in debt for, but that's such a hilarious response to saying, why didn't you invest your money? Yeah, but where's the story in that, though? How are they going to make the Hollywood blockbuster movie on my life if literally all I did was invest it? Well, I opened a trading 212 account and put £20,000 into a stocks and shares ISA, and it grew over time. Oh, what a great movie. Bro, no matter what happens, they're not going to make a movie on your life, okay? It doesn't matter the story. I know people do say that, and I do understand it as a way of tricking your mind to making yourself feel better. Like, people say if you are in a bit of a bad space, just think of this as the kind of, the down bit of the movie, and I guess that can help emotionally, but that's all it's meant to help for. You can't live your life that way, I don't think. I also do think you have to be in a very fortunate position if you can invest in your 20s. Like, it's easy to say, why don't you just put your excess money in the S&P 500? Like, if everybody could do that, they would do that, and then, by the age of 60, you hopefully would have a hell of a lot of money to retire on. But not everyone has that money available to them, especially in your 20s. Most people in their 20s have zero money to them.
What debt do you have?
Like $168,000.
None of which is a house. Why do you have 2 car loans?
I have 2 vehicles.
Why?
So it's 58 miles for me to drive to work every day, and the truck is an 8-cylinder Silverado.
Good, get rid of it.
I can't. I ended up getting a really great deal on that truck.
Yeah, really great deal. You owe $60,724.55, making 24,000 hours a year. Dude, you're a bottom. Why do you have a truck?
Bro's got 2 fancy cars. See, this is why, I bet this guy posts on Instagram with his 2 cars in front of his house, and people look at him being like, oh my god, he's doing amazing. I feel much worse about my life right now. Whereas in reality, it's just for show. They're not actually doing as good as they seem. They just get 2 cool cars to show to other people that they're doing well. But in reality, they're in debt up to their eyes. This is the reason why I like doing these videos. Obviously, I enjoy it. But on this topic, I hope that you can look at this video, and if you are in a situation where you think your life isn't as good as someone that you follow on social media, chances are that their life isn't as good as it seems. It's always important to remember that. That is crazy, though. This guy doesn't own his cars. His cars own him and are crippling him as well.
You spend $120,000 in a year, you dumb making $30,000.
A lot of this stuff are one-time purchases that are not going to be made in subsequent years.
And you need them to survive.
One-time purchases.
And you need them to survive.
One-time purchases.
And you need them to survive.
This is what I'm talking about. One-time purchases.
To survive.
That are not going to be made in 2025
Doesn't matter.
or 2026.
You needed them to survive.
So our spending.
Hey,
our spending is going to go down because of those one-time purchases are no longer on the budget.
It's not, unfortunately. I understand. He keeps telling himself that, if I just buy this one time, then I've got it now and I don't need it again. But there's a new thing. That's a one-time purchase. You buy that, and there's a new thing. It's the same formula as the skins in the game. You buy one. Oh, I don't need a skin anymore. Oh, there's a new skin. It never ends. Trust me, I've been in that situation. It never ends. And it's so hard to come to that realization when you're in it, because your mind's so focused on the constant dopamine hit. One thing I hope with you watching this video is, you don't think that I'm just on these people. I am trying to sympathize with them and actually, realize why they're in this situation, because all of these people that we've seen can't be idiots. They all can't be idiots. They're just the victim of the system and the victim of marketing and things being portrayed to them that looks like, oh, this is just a one-time purchase that is going to change your life, when in reality it doesn't, and you just get stuck in this vicious cycle.
So how about we go into the finances and look what we can fix?
Buddy, here's a fix. Spend $120,000 in a year, you dumb.
He's so hard when he speaks to these people. It's so brutal. Gotta drink to that.
You guys are making well beyond what anyone in their wildest dreams makes. And yet you guys have more than $250,000 in debt, 100 of it student loans, which has provided a return on investment. Sure, cars,
really,
but then... Well, what do you mean?
It took me 10 years to get an undergraduate degree, but nothing.
Maybe a little on the spectrum.
You guys make what, 350?
Roughly 350.
But you make 5.
Yeah.
We like nice things.
Every time I meet people that make a ton of money, they're in worse financial situations than those who are broke.
And that is actually so true. Sorry, Like, there is obviously an excuse, but in my head right now, I can't fathom how you can earn $350,000 a year and not have any money. That is a decision. That's down to you and your decisions, and they're saying they're like finer things. Like I just said previously in this video to a total different clip, when people earn more money, it's like their lifestyle gets elevated. Like, it's weird how people don't earn more money and then just have the same lifestyle that made them happy when they didn't have money, because then they would have so much more money and they wouldn't have any stress. These people clearly just, I don't know if they've always been rich and they don't know how to budget, but there's no excuse for being broke when you earn $350,000 a year. Oh, okay, so the title of this is apparently they spend nearly $500,000 a year on Pokemon. That'll do it.
We owe $8,423. What is this even for?
I got my done. It was like $14,000.
Why?
Oh my God, Sarah again.
It's $14,000 for the...
Yeah.
Bro.
Yep.
Was this a requirement? Was this for you? Was it pressured?
No, I just wanted to get it done in the springtime.
Okay. For self-confidence, sure. And again, I don't really give a what you guys spend your money on if you budget it, but you're putting it on debt. You have finance. When you're
I'm okay with telling people that.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and walk around on church on Sunday and go up to the pastor and be like, yo, they're financed, guy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go to the priest and be like, by the way, got me on finance. There's no need to announce it, you know. If people ask, you can tell them, but you're announcing it. It's just a bit weird, isn't it? Especially in church. There's anywhere that you don't want to announce that you on finance. It's possibly a church. But I am kind of in a tricky one with this, because if you have the money, as always, kind of my thing is just like, go for it if that's what you want. But also, clearly, this woman, from the hair situation as well, she very clearly feels like she needs to keep up this, you know, level, this standard of what she should look like. And it's almost kind of out of control at this point, and it's something that she probably needs a little bit of, you know, help with, someone to talk to about it. Because if you think that you need, you know, you done, you need your hair to be this level, it's like, why? What is the actual reasoning behind that? Like, that's what needs to be discussed. Is it because you want to maintain a standard that has been set by social media? Is it because your partner is constantly making you insecure about these things and not giving you reassurance that you're good enough as you are? Is it something that has been ingrained in you as a child that you've always wanted? This is what she kind of needs to talk to someone about, so she can actually figure out why she's making these decisions, and if it is actually so that she does improve her confidence, or if it's actually more out of, you know, just being insecure and trying to reach this unattainable standard that is set by other people.
Are you crying?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Whoa, what's happening?
I mean, we've been dating for like almost 3 years, and he's been like really important to me, and I just wanted to do something nice for him for his birthday.
Well, what did you do?
Right, I'm invested, love. This is really nice. I can see you're very upset. You know, what did you do? Did you treat him to a nice meal? Did you, I don't know, go to the cinema with him and you paid for everything, right? That would be like an amazing birthday treat for me.
Well, he loves Legos, so I bought him 2 really nice Lego sets.
You spent $9,500 when you brought in 2.
Yeah. We went to Disney Springs for the day. That single day, I spent about $1,000.
Spending half a month's income on one day, you're destroying yourself. You're destroying potentially a relationship, because financial reasons are one of the leading causes for separation in this country.
So she paid $9,500 for what looked like a Millennial Falcon, the spaceship out of Star Wars that Han Solo drives, and also just £1,000 just randomly at a Lego day they went to. This is so obviously irresponsible, but the meaning behind it is because she wanted to do it for her boyfriend, which makes me really sad. I wish people could just do this, but $9,000? Honestly, if I was paying that much for Lego, I would expect it to actually make something that can genuinely fly and take me places. Anybody that collects and builds Lego, like, is that an inflated price for a set? Because that just seems ridiculous. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch another video from me that is on Kayla with even worse financial irresponsibility, watch the first video here. I also get drunk in that one, and I have a great time. We have a great time. People were like, oh my god, this is the best time of my lives. So if you want to also experience that, you know, just bliss, click that video right here. I'll see you over there.
Camkirkham, baby.